Okay, let's jump right into this. Imagine stepping way, way back in time. In today's explainer, we are going to unpack a truly fascinating piece of ancient wisdom. We're looking at the mystical story of Panchang Tantra, which is this incredible narrative that takes something we literally look at every single day, our calendars, and completely flips our understanding of it upside down. It's a deep dive into an ancient spiritual science, and honestly, I think it's going to totally change how you view your own daily schedule.
Section 1. The Mysterious Tantric, a Cave in the Vindhyas. So our source material kicks off deep within a cave in the remote and rugged Vindhya Mountains, and this was the home of a highly realized Siddha Tantric named Acharya Kalbhairavanath. Now, he wasn't just famous for chanting mantras. People from all over said he had this totally unique, astonishing ability. He actually knew how to connect the 5 limbs of the Panchang, which is the traditional Hindu calendar, directly to Tantra sadhana, or deep spiritual practice. He saw this entirely hidden layer to time that practically everyone else was completely blind to.
This brings us to our protagonist. A young, super curious seeker actually travels all the way to this remote cave, and he asks the Acharya a brilliant question. It's the exact same thing most of us would probably ask. He says, "Gurudev, is the Panchang only for knowing auspicious and inauspicious times?" Basically, he's asking, is this whole thing just a tool to figure out good luck and bad luck? Is it literally just a list of dates to figure out when to schedule a wedding or start a business?
Section 2. Panchang, Language of Time. A shift in perspective.
According to the text, the Acharya just smiled at the seeker's naive question. And his response? Well, it fundamentally shatters our standard understanding of time. He told him, "No, son, the Panchang is the language of time." Think about that for a second. It perfectly highlights the massive divide between the everyday worldview and the mystical one. The common view just sees the calendar as a static spreadsheet of dates, a way to dodge bad luck. But the Acharya's view takes it to a whole other level. To him, time is a dynamic, living tool for sadhana. It is actively speaking to us, if we just know how to listen.
So how exactly do we translate this cosmic language? Well, the Acharya breaks it down into 5 fundamental limbs. First up is Tithi, the lunar day, which connects to the moon and reveals the power of the mind. Second is Var, the day of the week, which dictates the direction of your action, driven by the sun. Third is Nakshatra, the constellation. The Acharya explains that this actively influences our deepest values and impressions. Fourth is Yog, which is the underlying energy of that specific moment. And finally, we have Karan, the actual path you take to transform that latent energy into tangible action. This isn't just math, guys. It is an incredibly sophisticated map for aligning your mind, your actions, and cosmic energy.
Section 3. Play of Karma and Destiny. The Karma Question. Naturally, after hearing all of this, the young seeker asks the ultimate human question, right? Can a person actually change their destiny? And the guru's answer here is just deeply grounded and super empowering. He tells the seeker, look, destiny cannot just be changed arbitrarily on a whim. The universe has rules. But, and this is absolutely crucial, by performing the right action at the right time, the direction of a person's life can absolutely be changed. Aligning your conscious action with cosmic timing actually alters your trajectory. And that right there is the true secret of Panchang Tantra.
To really cement this lesson, the Acharya reveals this amazing physical artifact. It's an ancient copper plate, completely engraved with 5 specific symbols that represent these forces. There's a moon for the mind, a sun for action, a star for the nakshatra, a mystic mandala, and a triangle. The guru explains that when the elements represented by these symbols align favorably for a specific spiritual practice, the practitioner's mind can achieve this incredible laser-like focus. It's like unlocking a cheat code for consciousness. But right after showing him this, the Acharya gives a really strict, vital warning. And in doing so, he redefines a term that gets so misunderstood today. He says, remember, the meaning of Tantra is not to harm anyone. This is huge. True Tantra, as defined in our source text, is the path of intense self-control, dedicated sadhana, and the awakening of human consciousness. It is entirely about inner mastery and utilizing the energy of time. It has absolutely nothing to do with manipulating other people.
Section 4. True Secret of Panchang. Time as Spiritual Practice.
That late night in the cave basically changes everything. For the very first time in his life, the seeker stops looking at the Panchang as just some mundane list of dates hanging on a wall. A massive internal shift happens. He finally gets the Acharya's core lesson. Time itself is a sadhana. The very passing of hours and days is the spiritual practice. Armed with this profound secret that the alignment of mind, action, and energy can literally shift the direction of your life, the young seeker stayed and practiced for years. Through intense dedication, he eventually transformed into a great Jyotishacharya, a legendary master of astrology and time.
The story concludes with the Acharya's final morning teaching to his student, and honestly, it's a quote that serves as the absolute perfect summary for this entire explainer. The ancient text leaves us with this incredibly powerful message. Knowing time is wisdom, respecting time is discipline, and performing the right action at the right time is the true secret of the Panchang. It is just a brilliant synthesis of knowledge, respect, and action all working together.
Which brings us right back to you, today, in the modern world. After exploring this mystical ancient story from the caves of the Vindhyas, I want to leave you with a quick question to think about. Tomorrow morning, when you look at your calendar on your phone or on your wall, are you just tracking dates to get through the week? Or are you finally ready to start mastering the language of time? Thanks so much for exploring this fascinating source material with me today. I'll see you in the next explainer.